Pinecones, you might have heard my interview with Dr. Elliot Justin, founder of FirmTech, and if you did, you know all about how exciting the tech ring is. It's a health wearable that improves men's sexual performance and gives them priceless health data that can act as an early indicator of heart issues. Yeah. During sex, it keeps you hard and makes your orgasms crazy. And during sleep, it tracks your nocturnal erections, which can literally tell you if you have issues with your heart or hormone levels before they get really bad. This product saves lives and marriages. And I'm really excited to give you a 15% discount on any of FirmTech's products with code ClosetEd at checkout. In addition to the tech ring, they also have the performance ring, a non-tech cock ring that features a really cool hook and eye design to avoid having to shimmy the ring down the length of your cock, which, if you've tried that, it's not the sexiest. They also have the Ring Mate, a vibrating attachment that works with the tech ring and performance ring and can also be used on one's fingertips. Ooh la la. Get yours today by going to myfirmtech.com and using code ClosetEd at checkout. myfirmtech.com, code ClosetEd at checkout. You're welcome.
We all got secrets. We all got secrets. We all got crazy glass and air so oven kept in hiding, served bleach and Molotov. Oven kept. We all got secrets.
Hello, Pinecones. Welcome to early spring. Are we feeling spring-worthy? I am feeling the need to get behind everything in my house and clean up the dust balls that have collected back there. I don't know about you, but it's my favorite time of year. The plants are coming alive. The flowers are coming alive. Everything is beautiful and getting warmer, and the birds are chirping. Oh, I love springtime. Easter's almost upon us. And I don't know if all of you are cognizant of this fact, but Easter, the word Easter, derives from the ancient goddess of fertility, Ishtar, and the whole holiday was originally a pagan fertility festival featuring lots of fucking, lots of hedonism, lots of partying, hence why we have all of the reproducing symbolism with Easter, like eggs and rabbits. It's just so weird to me that somehow it got co-opted so fully by Christianity, but yet never dropped all of the symbols of fucking. Anyway, my favorite holiday, Easter. It's not my favorite holiday, but it would be if it was about fucking like it used to be. Instead, it's about zombie Jesus, which, I don't know. I don't mean to offend, but let's be real, guys. This is a holiday about fertility and about new growth and nature's cycle coming out of winter and into spring. That's what it's about. Anyway, moving on. I have a big announcement that I'm going to come out with next week. So stay tuned for that. I've got some very exciting things in the works. But for today, we're going to be answering another listener advice question. So this question comes from a listener named Ben. That's not his real name. I changed it. And it's a little bit heartbreaking. He wrote, I've so enjoyed ClosetEd. Thank you, Ben. I'm a very closeted person on so many levels, so it hooked me from the start. The freedom and openness that you're bringing to such topics makes me feel normal. I'm not used to feeling normal. Ben goes on to say, I caught my ex-wife in bed with my best friend and felt arousal as opposed to anger. It took me years to understand that I just don't feel jealousy. I felt that her fling was between them and sickly felt happy for her because many times I wanted to do the same thing with women that I had sparks with, though I was a Boy Scout and refrained from such actions. That part of me lasted until I was 38. Our marriage lasted another year, with them continuing in semi-secret. But eventually she vilified me to justify her guilt, and I moved on. They are married to this day. Wow. Ben, that sounds painful. This happened a lifetime ago, he writes. My second life has been full of family and love with a long, successful marriage. Though there have been many twists through the years, I have suspected or knew that my wife has had workplace romances. I don't inquire, and again, I'm happy for her. Just come home and adore me at the end of the day. I'm not a man that gets off on another man touching my wife at all. He says that, but earlier he said that he felt arousal when he caught his ex in bed with his best friend, so I wonder about that, Ben. It thrills me to think of the passion she must be experiencing. So yeah, that conflicts. I'm not a man that gets off on another man touching my wife, but it thrills you to think of the passion she's experiencing. So, it's okay. It's like okay to get off on that. That is okay. Then he writes, late in life, I myself have finally explored this side of me in private with secret relationships. So he started cheating too. He writes at the end of his email, your podcast has brought me a revelation. Maybe I'm not a sick freak, some pervert with twisted views. Maybe I fit into a category with other like-minded people. So my questions are, what am I? Am I some type of semi-poly? Or can I be categorized and find community? Ben, yes, you can find community. And sure, you can be categorized if you want to be categorized. Semi-poly, it's interesting. I mean, so a lot of people think of polyamory as a lifestyle choice, and it can totally be categorized that way. Other people see it as an orientation. And the reason some people see it as an orientation, myself included, is because there are people like you, Ben. There are people like you who naturally do not have the jealousy impulse, who naturally experience what we call in the poly world compersion, compersion. The definition of compersion is essentially the opposite of jealousy. It is feeling happy for your partner when they experience sexual pleasure with someone else, feeling excited for them. That is what you are reporting feeling quite naturally for both your ex-wife and your current wife. And personally, I think that's such a beautiful thing. We have such a problem in our society with not jealousy. Jealousy is not a problem. I want to set the record straight on this. I have read a lot of people who have waded into the waters of polyamory talking about how they need to work on their jealousy or root out their jealousy or get rid of their jealousy. No, you don't. Jealousy is normal. Toddlers, babies, animals feel jealousy. It is a normal reaction to feeling like something that you felt was reserved for you is now being shared elsewhere. All right? It is a totally normal reaction, especially for us humans. We have insecurities and past traumas, and jealousy is a normal emotion to have spring up when you're in relationship with other people, whether it's romantic, sexual, or not. So we don't need to root out our jealousy. What we need to do in our culture is reframe what jealousy is and how we react to it. Because the toxic thing that happens with jealousy is that instead of sitting with their jealousy and processing it and figuring out what it is bringing up in a person, often we just immediately lash out at whoever we are blaming for the jealousy that we are feeling, either our partner or the other person that they may or may not be involved with, or both. And it's that lashing out that is the issue. The jealousy itself is fine. It's just information. It's just an emotion. And I've talked about this before. But when you naturally don't even have that, and you naturally jump straight to compersion for your partner, even when you have found out that they are cheating on you within the context of a monogamous relationship, I don't know what to call that other than an orientation. You, Ben, are set up in your viscera, in your synapses for polyamory and non-monogamy. That is a good choice for you because you are already primed for it. You are naturally non-monogamous and polyamorous. It's so exciting for you. And it breaks my heart reading your email because I can tell that there's been a lot of loneliness and a lot of pain, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of like, am I a pervert? Am I a sick freak? No, you're not a sick freak. You're a beautiful freak. You're a freak in the best way. And I'm glad that you've been exploring quote unquote secret relationships for yourself. But I wonder what would happen if you and your wife had a conversation about this and allowed this to be something that was above board and consented to by everyone. Because if she's having workplace romances, if that's actually true and not just something you suspect, she might be into this. On the other hand, it might be a good model for you both to just kind of continue as you are. Because if you have an idea of what she's doing, I bet she has an idea of what you're doing too, and is also probably just not saying anything because she's like, well, I do it. And sometimes people just don't want to know. For many people, a version of non-monogamy that is essentially an unspoken don't ask, don't tell, like we are both cheating and we both know it, but we never talk about it. For some people, that works better. I've known very happily married couples for whom that worked great for years and years and years, and it never damaged their relationship at all. They just had an unspoken agreement that this is what they were going to do. So, Ben, to answer your question, yeah, you're definitely some kind of non-monogamous, some kind of poly. I think you are oriented that way. I would love to pick your brain on your formative experiences and what might have made you this way, because I'm so fascinated by why some people just aren't susceptible to the same programming that the rest of us are. Like, it's so cool that you're this way. Like, how lucky your partners have been. Oh, it's so neat. And I'm only sorry that you've spent so long wondering if there was something wrong with you. So you're not a pervert or a sick freak. There's nothing wrong with you. I think you're excellent. I really appreciate you emailing me. And if you want to find community, go look for the local poly meetups or non-monogamy meetups in your area. They happen everywhere. There's so many groups that organize them. You can usually find invites to things on Facebook groups, on dating apps like FetLife, SDC, Field, Feeld, if you're not familiar with that one. You can find like-minded people. You can meet up with them. There are definitely people out there for you. You didn't say where you live and you didn't say what your age range is, but I'm guessing by the way you spoke that you're a little bit on the older side, maybe middle-aged. There is a vibrant, non-monogamous community in the 50s and 60s and 70s age range. And those people are waiting for you. They will welcome you with open arms. So Ben, go find your people. You're not a freak, or if you are, you're my favorite kind of freak. And you're not alone. Thank you so much for sending in your question. All right, that's it for this cute little quickie episode. I want to remind everybody that I am currently doing all of this for $0. So if you are getting something out of my advice, my conversations I'm having with people, my personal stories, I would really, really appreciate it if you would consider supporting the show in one of the three following ways. Number one, you can send me a tip on Cash App or Venmo. Cash App is Samia Mounts. Venmo is Samia-Mounts. The links are in the show description. Number two, go subscribe to my Substack at samiamounts.substack.com and pledge an annual or monthly subscription. I haven't activated paid subscriptions yet, but I will soon, the second I am confident that I can release a weekly essay for you. And that will really, really help once I launch the Substack to have a bunch of pledges in place. It will bring a little influx of money that I can put right back into this podcast. The third way you can support me if contributing financially isn't something you can do right now is share an episode of this show that has made a difference for you with 5 of your friends in a personal way, like a personal email or a personal text. You can also rate and review the show if you haven't already. Give us a 5-star review, write something nice, engage with the show on social media. I am on Instagram and TikTok at samia.mounts. The show is on Instagram at ClosetedWithSamia. And you can also email me at closetedpodcast@gmail.com if you've got thoughts, comments, advice questions, mini anonymous confessions, or if you think you might be a good guest for season 2 of Closet Ed. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much, Pinecones, for listening to this quick mini episode this week. Next week, I'm going to come at you with a big ol' announcement, and the week after that is going to be something heretofore unexplored on this podcast feed, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to tell you what's going on, but I can't yet. So next week, tune in, and I will announce something very exciting. All right, my sexy little Pinecones, go out and have the sluttiest week your cute little hearts can handle. And I'll see you next week. Stay saucy.
We all got secrets.
For all of my straight and bi men listening and my gay and bi women listening, everybody who has sex with women and wants to do better, I've got a product for you. Have you heard of Kenneth Play? He is an Adonis of a man, and he has put together a video course teaching others how to please women the way only he knows how. I have personally had the pleasure of spending an intimate evening with Kenneth. I don't think I've ever had a first-time sexual encounter with somebody that was just 100% pleasurable. There was never a moment of pain. There was never a moment of meh. He knew my body better than I knew my body. He found pleasure spots in me that I did not know I had, and he made me come many times. I have gifted his web course, Beyond Satisfied Pro, to lovers of mine, and in every case, they have become better lovers as a result. And now I would like to gift this to you with a 15% discount. Go to kennethplay.com/closeted. That link gets you 15% off Kenneth's Beyond Satisfied Pro course. This is just for my listeners. Trust me. No one regrets being great in bed, and this course will get you there. kennethplay.com/closeted.